excited to talk about Anna Pigeon. Okay, so let me start with you. So you optioned the Nevada books that the series is based on.
I did not actually option those books. Lea optioned those books.
I optioned the books like 12 years ago. I loved them so much. And I kept the option and I kept having to call Nevada Bar and saying, I'm sorry, I didn't get it made this year. Can you give it to me another year? So I really appreciate that she kept having faith in me. And I actually sold it a couple times, but we were waiting for more wins.
Oh, I was waiting for you.
To get it set up. But yes, I originally weirdly optioned them for myself.
Okay.
But I got too old and actually I was waiting for her because she is amazing and she's perfect and she's the perfect Anna Pigeon. I could never have done it.
No.
Like you.
Were you, so I guess you read, like the first book I think was published in 1993 or so, original fan.
Yes.
Okay, that's so exciting. And so like, why do you think now was maybe just the universe's right time of bringing Anna Pigeon to the screen?
I think because I found these two women. I don't know. You answer.
Sorry, I'm talking over you. I feel like, yes, I feel like this is a perfect time for Anna Pigeon because I feel like it goes back to the idea of like taking a Waymo for the first time. I think that we're all really trying hard to stay human right now. And I feel like this woman, this intrepid woman who Tracy plays, who solves crimes in the national parks and is like a full human person who is about helping the underdog, feels like a really good person to be putting into the world right now to me.
And I also feel like the nature of it. I mean, we are on location in this stunning environment. And so watching it, like you feel like you're somewhere else for a moment. It's just this really beautiful backdrop. It's like nature is almost its own character within the show. And I think that that's a really nice, I don't know, like you kind of feel like you're stepping away from the city and stepping away from everything for a moment, you know?
Yeah. And you've had experience like with city, sets. So what was it like stepping into this sort of nature and temperamental at times, I'm sure, with weather, but like, what was that sort of diving into that kind of experience?
Oh, it was just stunning. I mean, every day we would get to work and we'd be like, how is this our life right now? Just beautiful backdrop, so calming. We had these cabins that we, the ranger station, and all of us were trying to see if we could stay there. Like we were like, could you set up plumbing? And that I don't even need heating. It's fine. They were so beautiful right on the creek side. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air. Yeah.
Okay.
And Tracy was so perfect. Like she learned how to ride a horse. She like hung off cliffs. She was like, had to deal with cougars and the wolves and
Eagles
climbing a tree. She like went for it. And we knew she was the perfect person.
Yeah.
Was there anything that scared you? Or like you were like, oh, let me hold.
Part of the climbing, which actually my stunt double did, the big wall climb. That I have a heights thing. So too far up, I was like, but she's an amazing climber. So she did like part of the big climb, the big scope climb. But everything else, no. I mean, I love nature and I love adventure. I also do love climbing and animals and everything. So I was down for all of it. I really enjoyed it. I actually kept I've loads of videos to show everyone when I'm allowed to post. I have not gotten permission yet. But every day we'd be doing something. I'd be like, oh my God, this is so cool. I have to climb right up this tree. You remember that day?
Yeah.
And we were just like going out. It was a ton of fun.
That it's like a playground
Yeah.
for you, like every single day.
Yeah,
That's actually like kind of a once in a lifetime kind of experience.
Totally.
But it's like, I always love Westerns because
Yeah.
you're outside. This really is a Western. So, it adds a whole other element of reality to it. And Tracy was also so game to not be, I remember us talking about her. We were like, she's not the hair and makeup girl, thank God. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, she wasn't like taking a mirror. Like you went in for the real, she's beautiful no matter what.
Right.
Obviously. But she was very into, just like being one with nature that we were experiencing and shooting in.
It's not like full glam for like going out into
No lip gloss.
right, right, or like
in the rainstorm.
Yeah.
So maybe for both of you, sort of set the stage a little bit. And I know you direct some of the episodes as well. Sort of where do we start Anna's story?
Well, we start Anna's story she's working in Glacier National Park where the show is set. And we know that she has had a personal tragedy in her background, and she's not thinking about maybe staying. She's a person, she's a gunslinger, you know, she comes in and she leaves, and then she gets involved in a mystery. And it's an occasion for her to, I think, for Anna to measure whether or not she wants to move on or whether she wants to stay, I think, in this place.
Obviously, she's very busy solving crimes and sort of figuring out her own life, but is there any time for romance potentially?
That is something Anna makes time for.
Okay, well.
She'll find the time. We'll clear that schedule. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
What we also love about her is she is a full woman.
Okay.
Like, she's angry. She's lovely. She's mothering. She's sexy. She's fun. She's funny. She's fierce. Right?
Yeah.
She's a badass.
And she's a full-rounded woman.
Yeah, and I feel like that's important to have in a main character and sort of flesh out all aspects of her life. Who would you say are maybe some of her main adversaries in the first season, without giving too much away?
I'm the worst at teasing. I'm like, let me tell you everything.
Well, there's a character that we meet in the pilot who I would say you have bad vibes with.
Yes. I don't know. There is some, he's in the books.
Yeah.
I can, Jeremiah Paulson is somebody who is Anna's kind of thorn throughout the season. And he doesn't respect the parks the same way that she does and has the same appreciation for all the animals and everything that's in the parks. And that's something that she comes up against throughout the season. Is that too much?
That's actually a great tease.
Okay, great. I'm looking at Hannah being like, oh.
You know, you're no stranger to really incredible, you know, complicated characters on screen. How would you say, you know, Anna compares to Upton from Chicago PD?
Yeah, they have their similarities in that they're both very intense in so many ways. They're both very stubborn and need to kind of get to the bottom of whatever the situation is and don't easily take no for an answer. I think where they're different is Anna, to me, feels lighter, even though she's grieving and she's going through some really heavy things that she's navigating, and she's in a dark place in her life where we meet her. But I think, to me, I can see Anna's light, even though she's carrying this grief and she's carrying all these things that she's trying to overcome. You get glimpses throughout the season of the person that she was before. Whereas I think Haley was just this very intense person throughout. We had moments where there would be an episode where you might see a little lightness in her, but she was just kind of intense throughout. Where I find Anna was just a little bit like she doesn't take herself very seriously. And I think the curiosity is really distinctly different too, where for Anna, she needs to know what the answer is. And it at all costs, she needs to uncover what it is, what the mystery is, even if it means she's wrong. She doesn't need to be right. She just needs to know what happened. Right. And that, I think, is a really distinct difference between them as well.
Yeah. When you talk about the light, it's like almost like the sun peeking through the trees.
Yeah.
And I think Morwen did an amazing job writing.
Yeah.
Because she manages to like toe this line and in tone of lightness, comedy, drama, you know, peril, all these things, but you manage to weave it together in a beautiful way that is in the books too, you know. But I think that was really impressive how you did that.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I feel like that what you said about her being a full person, like so often female characters especially are sort of like cutesified down to quirks, and Anna is really a full person. And the other part of nature that Lea brought to the show that is so incredibly beautiful is the vistas and the feeling of nature.
Mhm.
And in the books, nature is described. And in the show, we see it, and we see these beautiful vistas and these big Western wide shots and this gorgeous, like, I don't know, spectacle of beauty that you really found in the show.
Yeah, because because I'm a producer and I got to direct the pilot, the first episode and the last 2 episodes. I got to that was the first time I did a pilot. So I got to set the idea and the tone and the way that the cameras, the kind of cameras we use, the kind of lenses we use, the aspect ratio, the way we decided to shoot it in a kind of a classic way, I got to set that, which was really exciting for me because I feel like it does feel like it feels really big and beautiful and expensive. And I think we achieved that. And it also feels big but small,
Right?
Which is an interesting thing to try to make happen.
Yeah. Did this experience challenge you as a director and a producer?
Absolutely, yeah. We didn't have a lot of time. I think I had like 7.5 days to do the pilot, and the finale, which is not even.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's not normal especially because we have big set pieces in every single show, whether it's wolves or
Real wolves,
wolves, or cougars, or cliffs, or rain, or fire. We have we have set pieces. It's not just, and we didn't have a sound stage. We shot all location basically.
Wow.
Our sound stage was kind of like a back lot, which was outdoors basically. So, we really accomplished something. I'm really proud of all of us for accomplishing what we did because it's a beautiful, big show.
Yeah. And I think in a time when it's like, CGI and all of that stuff, it can work, but there's something so magical about the real tangible sets.
And that was what I was really conscious of because the new AI is going to happen. And I was really into like sun flares and slightly off kilter things and her messy hair. And just so you know that you feel it, that it's real, because that's going to become more and more important. And we did it all.
Yeah.
Like all the CGI we did was just to maybe get lines off the animals or like fix little things. But we did it all.
It wasn't like you were in a green screen, like, in the wilderness or in the national park like that, you're there. And and I think you can tell the difference on screen. And I think people feel that as well through the screen as well. When you talk about Anna being like a fully fledged person, obviously there's the romance, there's her job, she's grieving. What about her family?
Well, the person we see most in her family in the show is her sister, Molly, who's played by Trisha Helfer, the wonderful, amazing Trisha Helfer.
Yeah. Amazing. She's they look totally like
they feel like
we
sisters.
love each other. We totally, she's the best. Anyways, continue.
No, that's all I was going to say is, it's a really beautiful, unusual relationship. Okay. I love stories about siblings. And I feel like their dynamic, it's like you see a side of Anna, the little sister side of Anna, that is you only see when she's with Molly and talking to Molly.
So true. I remember we shot. Well, there's a time where they're. Anyways, there you see this come out in Anna that I remember talking to you guys about and being like, it just feels so different. And they're like, but that's good. It's a different, she brings out a different energy in Anna, which is really fun.
So cute.
Because I feel like with Anna gives very much like eldest daughter energy, like in her job. But like it's when you get a sibling involved and she's the younger sister, that adds a whole new layer of dynamic to the show.
Totally. And it really does. Between the two of us, it also just comes out, she's wonderful and it's a ton of fun.
And the construction of the books is very interesting. She was a great character because she lives in New York. So you get to open up the visuals of it because she's this cool psychiatrist in New York and vaping and she's like very groovy and so the juxtaposition of them kind of talking on the phone and stuff is really, really nice. It opens up the show.
Obviously when you're adapting a book, and you have a lot of time, but then you also want to incorporate new elements to make the adaptation a little bit different. Is there how faithful would you say at least the first season is to Anna's story in the books?
The first season is interesting because there are 16 books.
Yeah.
And the first season we used The Track of the Cat, which is the first book. And then we put another book inside the season. That is a book called The Rope, which is an Anna's sort of origin story. And we sort of brought that into the present. And I think, it's a whole season of TV and we have episodic mysteries. So it's faithful in some ways to Track of the Cat, very faithful. And in some ways, very faithful. And in other ways, we're trying to be faithful to the Anna Pigeon spirit.
Yeah.
And the incredible, tone of the Nevada Bar books. And one of the things that is amazing about the books is they have a huge range of tone. Some of the books have almost magical, crazy elements that you don't expect. Some of the books are so badass, just action books. And we tried to find that range of tone throughout the season and be just extraordinarily faithful to that. So we hope, the books really are good and so special. And Nevada is an amazing writer. And the books have fans, and we really, really want them to love the show.
Yeah. And I think that also, obviously, you like having faithful book readers who want to see certain storylines play out. But I think there's something really fascinating in sort of tweaking it a little bit for not only the new audience, but also for those books readers to be surprised so that they're not okay, well, we know what happens next. There's you need to be a little bit on the edge of your seat a little bit when you watch a show like this.
100%.
And Warren did an amazing job creating new characters because you have to have your regulars ensemble, and you really had to kind of create those out of pieces of other characters, but just out of your own fun imagination. And the ensemble is quite spectacular.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
The actors are just so fun, and you were such a great leader with them.
Oh, thanks. No, it was fun. I mean, I remember I wasn't familiar with the books before getting the show, and I read the pilot, and I was like, the show is so much fun. I was desperate to be a part of it and it's all due to the writing, and it's incredible. And then got set, and everyone's so we have the best team, the best collaboration, and everyone is so just wants the show to be the best thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so it's just all love all around. It's just wonderful energy.
Had you finished filming the first season of Anna Pigeon when you did the One Chicago crossover?
Yes.
Okay, so what was that like going from Anna Pigeon's mindset back to Haley?
Oh, gosh.
And then probably back again.
Yeah, it was interesting. I think that like I was saying, Anna feels so much lighter to me that I actually feel like I brought a little bit more lightness to Haley when I play, and I was noticing that she, even though there was still the intensity of Haley being Haley, I found myself feeling her a little bit, especially how we left Haley.
Yeah.
Just so intense. And so I felt like there had been enough time that she had been gone. So I actually brought a little bit of that kind of lightness that I had playing around with Anna into Haley. But it was different. I mean, it was it's good getting to go back and being in a familiar place with everybody, but you're also a little on the outside now, and and not in a bad way, but it was great to see everybody. But
I know the fans will kill me if I don't ask. How do you feel about where the crossover left Upton and Halstead?
I mean, I thought it was a great ending to, and who knows, right? Jess and I are both we'll come play. We had so much fun. So we would totally go back. I should speak for myself. I don't know Jesse, but I know for me, I would love to come play. But I love that it was just, we know that they're going to have a conversation. And I love that people have had their own, everyone's it wasn't just a conversation. They totally made up or, whatever. But I don't think so. I don't think that Haley was just don't worry about it. I know you completely abandoned me for 2 years and left, but it's all good. I think that they, in my opinion, they went and they talked, and I think it opened the door to further conversation.
Okay. So it's a step in the right direction.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
My last question is, do each of you have a national park story that you remember fondly or anything like that? Or maybe it's from the show.
Well, I actually have a house for 30 years right outside of Glacier Park. So this was really close to my heart.
Wow.
I love Glacier Park, and I've spent a lot of time there. And I'm just so happy to be able to maybe have something to do with helping protect and preserve the parks and show people how important they are. And I love Anna Pigeon because she is like Mother Nature. She's here, and we have to protect our public lands. And now is an important time.
Yeah. I went to Glacier right before we started shooting because I'd never been. I camped. I camped disastrously with a boyfriend who left me like in the lava desert. And I went to Glacier by myself because I felt that if I didn't go, I would be really remiss. And I could not believe, A, it is so beautiful, like unbelievably beautiful. And B, everybody from every part of the world, from every state, from every place comes to the national parks. And you have people, I hiked one trail and part of it was closed off to bears. And there were people with hiking poles who looked like they'd hike the Alps. And then there were literally people in like platform heels, like walking up the trail. And I loved it so much. And it really felt to me like the national parks are a treasure. And Anna Pigeon, as the people who work in parks, are treasures. They are there. They're not there to make money. They're not there for glory. They're there to protect this gift that is the national parks. And it made me feel like our show has just become more and more timely, that like Anna Pigeon is a generous show in the way that the parks are generous. And that felt really special to me.
Maybe Mother Nature knew that now was the right time to bring Anna Pigeon to life.
100%.
Anything for you?
I feel like I can't go last. Now I should have first. These answers are so much better than mine. I used to go camping up in Banff and like the national parks, because from Winnipeg we would road trip out to go to like Calgary and then go camping out there. So where we shot was where we used to camp all the time with friends and stuff. So for me, I don't have just one story.
Yeah.
I would have friends and my brothers, and a bunch of us would always go. We try to go every long weekend. And so I have growing up, my childhood, and my teenage years and everything, we spent a ton of time camping. So
full circle.
yeah.